Hey, welcome back to RLDesign.Innovation. My name's Brian. I received a bunch of emails the last couple of weeks on how can we create overlays for board game user boards. What do I mean by that? Here's a user board for a game. And as you can see, you would put cards here, you put little blocks here, right over here where the blue is, you put little, resource management components. What happens a lot of times when you're playing these games, you hit the table and the cards go everywhere, the pieces get all mixed up. Maybe they fall on the floor, go onto your neighbor's card. Whatever it is, we're going to create an overlay using 3mm basswood. Well, I'm going to show you how to design in Lightburn real quick using a camera system, tracing, and then we're going to cut it out. And then we're going to create one for this. And you can take what we learned today and produce other overlays for other games. So let's get over the workstation and let's get started. Let's go. We are in Lightburn 2.0 release candidate 6. I put in the Xtool S1 laser. I put the basswood in here, as you can see, and then I put the user board on top of that for now. What we're going to do is we're going to start drawing this out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box. That's going to be my first layer. I'm going to make a couple of layers, even though they're only being cut. That way I could set the order for where to cut first. I don't want the whole piece cut out at the beginning. I want that to be the last. So we're going to cut from the inner pieces outward, if that makes sense. So let's get going. Let me just do this first. We're going to do a rectangle. I'm going to go from here to about here. Okay, that's going to be, I'm going to go to layers. It's layer 0, 0. We'll leave it there. Now what we're going to do is we bring this down. I'm going to do one, then I'll fast forward. But basically, I'm going to do another box. And I'm going to go from here, all the way from here, all the way down to make sure everything's cut out. And I'm going to go a little longer. As you can see, this is short right here. Let me pull it over. So that will fit there. I try to make it just a little wider so that the cards fit very nicely. So that's one. I'm going to Control C, Control V, and now make another one. But before I continue, remember I said I want these to be different layers. So, first thing we do, we line it up. That looks about right. It's centered. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to make this my blue layer. And I'm going to make this one, let me go over here. I'm going to make this one, the other card piece, my same blue layer. I'm going to continue on and do the rest of the cards up here. Okay, I just moved the black layer down. That way we do the blue layers first. Next thing we have to decide, in this piece, do we want the users to see this little box right here? So what I'm going to do, this is really a guide. It's not for any use except for them understanding the phase and what has to happen in the game. But I'm going to cut that out and trace this. So I'm going to start here, go right here, a little bigger, right here, right here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We can fix this after. We can come back and say, oops, this is a little crooked or whatever. You can always come back later and fix the details. So I'm going to go over here. And you could do whatever you like. This is your game board, your overlay. Okay. So, is there anything we don't like? I think that's pretty good. Now, we're going to do down here. Now, here's the decision point. Do we just want to make a box that goes around this, or do we want little boxes for the cubes as well? It really depends what you want to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a box around all of these cubes right here. Make it a little bigger, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to fix and make it rounded at the end a little bit. So let me do that. We go to Properties, Corner Radius, and I'll show you what happens again. I did this on another video. I'm going to go right here. Right there so you can see. We'll make it a little bigger in a second. So let's change the radius. See how it curved? We'll say right about there. And now since it's like this, we can bring right here, right about there. And then this will bring down a little bit, right here. And we're good right there. So that's that one. But if you notice, the next one is the same size. So all I'm going to do is copy it and paste it, bring it over here, right about there. There you go. Now we're going to do this one. This is going to be a fresh box. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to drag from this side, right about there. Again, the shapes, we're going to go the corner radius over here, shape properties. And again, you can design it however you want. Let me see if you can see that a little bit. Not bad. Let's make this just a touch big right there. Okay, let me adjust this one. It's not perfect. Here. Bring this down just a tad. Right there. I think that's good. Okay. Again, we're doing this quickly, but you can get the idea. Now, if I wanted to do cubes and just do a cube, same thing. I can go right in here and go like this. Make a cube, cut that out. Now, when would I do that? If you saw my jigsaw puzzle, how to make a jigsaw puzzle, where I did a picture, I then glued it to the board and then cut it out, that's what I would do. I would make a color copy of this board, glue it to the basswood, let it dry, and then I'd cut it. I would then also, before I cut it out, I would spray it with the flat lacquer, which I did last time, the matte lacquer. Spray it, let it dry a day, then cut out those little squares. That way you have this color pattern on the board. Otherwise, if I cut out these squares, just these squares right here, without cutting out where it says blue blank, you would not know what that is. So the alternative is either cutting out the whole thing, what I'm doing here, or color copying the board, gluing it on, and then just cutting out that way. Either way, it's whatever you want to do. This is your board, your process. I am just showing you how to do this really quickly on this video, because we don't want to spend hours and hours to do this. Again, nudge it a little bit on the corner radius. Zoom in. So we can say, yeah, that looks pretty good. This has, because of the zoom, when we adjust the radius, it adjusts the cut a little bit. Again, I'm just showing you the technique. We're going to do a box again. That's going to be for this guy right here. For another card. Right here. You go right here. You zoom in. Right there. And there you go. Can we do radius on this one? Of course. We do the same thing. Right there. So I'm going to do the bottom one. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trace it, because they're pretty much all the same. So I'm going to go from here. Go right here. Go right here. Okay. If you don't like something, we'll go right over here. We'll go to, there we go. All right, go to the segment piece, and then you can go here and move these around however you like. Like something like this. I'm going to add another dot here. Right there. Right there. Here, we'll just fix this one. Again, I'm using the node piece to fix. It's not the segment piece. I'm sorry about that. Again, we're using the node piece to fix this. To just go in, zoom in, and correct these. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think that's good. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to go over here, Control C, Control V. And now move this over here. Right about here. Let's see. Now this one, if you notice, is different. Okay, so this won't work over here. Now we have to retrace this one. Now we'll make a new one. Same thing. I think you get the point on how easy it is to make your own overlays for board games. And again, I'm doing it quickly. You can take your time. You can use circles, and then using the join tool, you can join the circles with your rectangles and alleviate stuff like that. And that way you don't have to go in and fix it as I did after this. Again, this is the idea, just so you can go in here and create something that's a tool that you don't have to go buy it. And again, you can make it as pretty or as crude as you like. We're doing a crude one today. We're not going crazy on here, because normally I would spend a lot of time doing this, but let's go in here. Let's see how this is. Go to the node tool again. Let's make that a little rounded. I think that's good. This is a little cockeyed, as we say. Bring that right there. This one is out a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, it's however you like it. If you don't like these points right here, bring them in. That's it. Now let's go to the last one over here. I believe it's the last one. And this is a big one. Okay, so now we go back to the pencil again. Starting to get some mosquitoes in here. I have to get some repellent in my workshop. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, wonderful Mother's Day. If you celebrate, or if you know people that celebrate, hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We went to my mother-in-law's house, and we did a lot of planting of flowers for her. She loves flowers, and that's something we always do. So something fun, do it with the family, and spend it with your elders, and make some really, really good memories. So hope you had some great memories yourself this weekend and had a lot of fun. Next will be for the other half, the fathers out there. And I know my family usually do a barbecue. Maybe I'll do some smoking of food or something like that. Do something fun. I guess, a lot of my friends, the fathers, the men, I should say, always like to barbecue. So I'm assuming it's a lot of people like doing that. Not everyone likes to cook and sit there, and I won't say slave, because it's something that you have to love to do and enjoy it. Just like what I'm doing here now with you. You have to really enjoy this. Okay. Now we're going to zoom in again. And that's not bad. Is it perfect? No. But let's go over here using the node tool. Let me select this guy. Now use the node tool. Go in. We don't like something. Move it around. I want to make this a little curvier, so I click on the line and just pull it out a little bit. Pull this one out. See how easy it is to get the shape that you want. That's not bad, not bad. I don't like this over here, this piece right here. They jut that in a little bit, jut this in a little bit, and I'm going to pull this out just a tiny bit. Again, you're getting the hang of what we're doing here. Good enough, as they say. Now you're going to say, okay, did we do everything? Let's zoom out. And this is a pretty simple board. Let's Alt-P. And you can see that's everything we're going to be cutting out. Now let's go over here. There's still a good distance between that and this. Is it thin? Yes. But this is a decent sized board, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. Let's go to layers. Again, the blue layer we're going to cut first. Let's check our speed and the power. So the speed, I'm going to do 15, max power 100. So let's just do 15 and 100. That should be fine. 15, 100. Now we're going to look again, make sure everything looks pretty good. You want to make sure you're cutting out between the cards so there's some space. That looks good. I think we are good. Okay, so let me update the overlay. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Is it perfect? No, but I think this will work. So we got the blue. Let me go back to cut layers. Boom, boom. First thing we got to do, we have to focus. Okay. Anywhere it focus. Cut this out. Okay, it is done. As you can see, we cut everything out. Let me show you how it looks. All right, there it is. There is your overlay. And you can put your pieces in there and you will not have problems. So it came out pretty good. It took, what, 5 minutes? Quick tutorial on how to do this, just to give you an idea. So I hope you learned something. You had some fun when we do it. We took a game board, created an overlay real quick, as you can see. We didn't take hours. It took a couple of minutes. Can we have fine-tuned it? Can we put a little more thought into it? Absolutely. But I wanted to show you the techniques of using your camera on your system and the capabilities within Lightburn to draw over your game board to make a cutout like this so that you put it over it and you don't have pieces moving. I could have made this probably a 1/2 inch border around this and then put underneath this the little rubber ends that you put under things that they don't scratch the counter. Or, you know, like a vase or something heavy, you put them on here, you cut them out. I would put one here, 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 here. So 3 on the bottom, 3 on each side. That way it rests on the table. It's a little thicker and it won't move. I hope you learned today why having a camera system, your laser, adds so much capability by tracing things like this and adding and building an overlay for this. This is just one thing simple as this, where you can then build upon that to do more complex things. Till next time, thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.